Celia's glowing garden. In a sun-dusted attic lived a little girl named Celia. Her hands were clever, and her heart was full of wondrous ideas. Her shelves were lined with empty glass jars, shimmering seeds, and colorful stardust in tiny vials. But Celia only looked at them, too afraid to start, worried that whatever she made wouldn't be beautiful or perfect enough. Celia peeked out from behind her curtains. She saw other children running happily on the green grass, proudly showing off the kites and paintings they had made themselves. Seeing the smiles on their faces made Celia feel even smaller. She sighed softly and let the curtain fall. One day, a tiny, star-like seed floated on the breeze and landed gently on her windowsill. It glowed with a soft, encouraging light, as if it were whispering to her. "Just try." Celia found herself drawn to this special little seed. She decided to start with just this one seed. Carefully, she placed it inside a small glass jar, nestled it on a bed of soft moss, and sprinkled it with a pinch of sparkling stardust. There were no rules. She just followed her heart. It was a simple, even clumsy beginning. The next morning, a miracle happened. A tiny, glowing sprout had pushed its way up inside the jar. It might not have been perfect. It was a little crooked, but it was her very first creation. This small success was like a warm current that filled Celia's heart and gave her the courage to keep trying. From that day on, Celia's room turned into a magical laboratory. Some seeds in her jars didn't sprout, and others grew into wonderfully strange plants. But with every attempt, her hands grew steadier, and her ideas grew bolder. Soon, her windowsill had a new friend. A fluffy little bird, who Celia named Pip, grew curious about the twinkling lights in her room. He would land on the ledge and chirp happily at Celia, as if he were cheering her on. Gradually, Celia's glass jars held more than just a single sprout. They had become complete tiny worlds, miniature forests with glowing mushrooms, and sparkling nebula with crystal rivers. Each one was unique, shining with the light of her imagination. With Pip's chirps of encouragement, Celia took a deep breath and decided to share her joy. She opened her window wide and gently placed her favorite creation, a tiny glowing garden, on the windowsill for all who passed by to see. Soon, the people of the town, both adults and children, began to pause on their way, looking up to admire the little glow on the windowsill. Their faces held no judgment, only pure wonder and delight. Celia finally understood that the greatest joy of creating wasn't chasing perfection, but sharing the light from her own heart. In that moment, her heart shone just as brightly as her garden's.